He's out after 6 days. So, guys, I'm pretty sure you guys already heard the news by now. But this mofo who caused way more harm than good, especially doing some racial intentions, some racial diversity during 2019, after 6 days in jail, of just apparently some reports say he wasn't really eating, he was just drinking ice cold water in jail. This mofo got out. Like I said in my previous video about Jussie Smollett, called this Hollywood privilege. Because if this was anybody else, they would have got the freaking boot. But since Jussie Smollett has Hollywood status, he gets a slap on the wrist. But apparently he's still going to be he's under some like a 30-month probation for what he did, basically causing a bigger division between black people and white people over this fake crime hoax that he did, because he was pissed off at Fox News because he wanted $1 million per episode, and Fox News said no, you can just keep your $500,000. That's getting way more than I make. And I assure you that a lot of us normal people would just take that $500,000, hands down, any day of the week per episode, and it was like what, 12, 15 episodes per season of Empire. That was a lot of money that Jussie Smollett got from Fox. But apparently this mofo just doesn't want to quit. So right now he's crying and crying and crying that he got blacklisted in Hollywood because he faked a hate crime. Who in the right mind, besides left-wing lunatic idiots, are gonna feel bad for this idiot? But let me not just tell you guys. Let me show you this article from USA Today. Jussie Smollett faces an uncertain future after being released from jail. Jussie Smollett walked out of Chicago jail after serving 6 days and walked into months, if not years, of uncertainty for what's next for his career. As an actor and performer, to whether he'll eventually be back behind bars, the former star of the TV show Empire was sentenced last week to 150 days in jail, plus probation and a fine after a jury found him guilty of lying to police about being the victim of a racist anti-gay attack in downtown Chicago in 2019. Again, this is in Chicago, downtown Chicago. And you tell me, out of everybody, 2 mega guys you found in downtown Chicago at like 2 o'clock in the morning, going to get some Subway? His release late Wednesday came hours after appellate court ordered he could go free during this appeal process, which will be completed before Smollett has served his full sentence. Smollett, who is black and gay, has maintained his innocence. He didn't speak to reporters as he was escorted out of the Cook County jail, surrounded by security. And his attorneys wouldn't say where the 39-year-old may be heading or what he plans to do next. Under the conditions of the sentence imposed by Cook County Judge James Lynn, Smollett must now serve the 30-month probation, though he may leave the state and travel without restrictions. Again, Hollywood privilege. Normal people can't really do this. If they leave the state, boom, they go right back to jail because they are going against their probation. But because Jussie Smollett has Hollywood status, and because some of these people don't want to be like, some of the people in the judicial system don't want to be labeled as racist, which I'm pretty sure that was why it was a key factor of why Jussie got out in the first place. Because people in Chicago in the judicial system don't want to be labeled as a racist or homophobic. Weak, man. Though he may leave the state and travel without restrictions, that means he could travel to places like Los Angeles and New York City to try to resurrect his career. But that would be difficult to do, publicists say. And the latest development may not have done him any favors. Quote, I think it's actually doing more harm than good. By finding the conviction and sentence, and publicist Eric Rose, people can be very forgiving of celebrities who admit wrongdoing and apologize, he said, but instead Smollett is keeping his name and face in the headlines, reminding people of the circumstances of his conviction. Quote, that's what we call death by 1,000 cuts, Rose said. From a reputation perspective, that is horrible. But people don't really care. especially left wing people don't really care. Like a lot of us normal black people that's still middle class or low class, we say get this motherfucker the boot because what he did was create more harm on black people. This guy actually puts black people back, even like especially gay black people, gay black men. He puts them back because this mofo really had to fake a hate crime because he was pissed off at Fox News for not getting $1 million per episode. That was it. That's literally the only explanation. It could have been something else, but no, since he wasn't getting paid what he thought he deserved or thought he earned, he had to pose a hate crime during the whole 2019 thing and cause a bigger racial division. Jussie Smollett can go to hell. Let's keep going with this article. During his trial, Smollett testified that I have lost my livelihood, good, because of the charges against him, including losing his role on Empire. Also good, he has since worked behind the scenes, writing, directing, and producing a film, B-Boy Blues, that recently won the fan favorite narrative feature award in the American Black Film Festival. While working in front of the camera may be difficult to find, Smollett could get opportunities working behind the scenes, particularly because he has a sister and other family members with successful careers in the industry, said another publicist, Danny Duraney. So it's not like this guy is losing anything. This guy is obviously not losing anything since he has some relatives that works in Hollywood. So he'll be behind the scenes getting paid off. Outside the jail on Wednesday night, Smollett's defense attorney said having to face charges a second time went against his constitutional rights. These people make up any bullshit. They also said Smollett was the target of a racial justice system and people playing politics. Because this dude faked a hate crime, this guy was playing politics. Jussie Smollett was playing politics, but you guys have the nerve to say that the judge, that the freaking people who was giving the verdict, the juror, they was playing politics and they was playing a racist justice system. This guy faked a hate crime. And people say, well, what he did didn't really cause the harm. Yes, it did, because of things that happened because of the story that Jussie Smollett said to the news. You have a bunch of people out there, black, white, hurt, like beating down, killing, like people in general, because of what happened with Jussie. Quotation, what happened to Jussie, and it didn't happen. So this little facade that Jussie did, it did cause a lot of harm. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. The appeal process will almost certainly take months, if not years, with multiple deadlines, extensions of deadlines, new deadlines, and more extensions. For example, now that Smollett's attorneys have filed a notice that they intend to appeal, they must send to the court the documents, transcripts, and other paperwork the case has generated. They have 49 days, says Stephen Comey, a Chicago attorney who with extensive experience filing appeals, adding that postponing the deadline for 2 or 3 49 days chunk of time is routine. If this court goes quickly, they can have oral arguments this time next year, he said. But if this case goes at a normal pace, you'll be calling me in the summer of 2023 to tell me about the oral argument. So this guy is going to be out. Is going to be out regardless of what happens. This guy is going to be out regardless of what happens, guys. Like I said, man, this is full blown Hollywood privilege. This guy should have been locked up. Am I aggravated about this? Yes, I am very aggravated because this guy literally just made black people look bad, all because of some stupid payment that he thought he wasn't getting. But guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Like I said, man, I'm just one opinion. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe to this video, hit the notification bell. I will see y'all next one. Peace.